Hey, good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Tom. How are you, man?
Good to see you.
Thanks. Nice to see you too.
We got quite a group here, so we'll just jump right in. Michael McCall, go ahead, please.
Hey Mark, congratulations on the performance tonight. Battling performance, really hard work and display. Can you talk a little bit about just your emotions coming out of that one? Is it a sense of relief to kind of stop the slump it's been on, a bit frustrated that you maybe didn't come away with all three?
Why don't I see him?
Oh, I haven't got my camera on because it's really hot here and you don't want to see what I look like right now.
Okay, I just like to see the people I speak with, but Michael, I'll say this about you. I think your comments are always extremely direct and fair, and I agree with you. I think the total organization of the team, the commitment of the team. You know, this week a lot of people, when people that I had to deal with the media, I heard a lot about losing the locker room and things like that. And a locker room that's lost doesn't answer like that, you know. Incredible commitment from the guys, but also if you take the first, especially the first half, I think there was spells of us on the ball, finding Baldi, switch. We were down, we got down at the 40th minute, but we were playing a good game. So our speech here at halftime was of a lot of confidence, no need to yell, no need to go at the guys, being extremely positive. We knew that we had to keep the game close, because if Seattle would have done the 2-0, it would have been much more difficult. And then I think that we came out with confidence. We got goals. It's normal at the end that they pushed us back, and then we had guys falling and being physically struggling with cramps, and maybe it's a normal thing with the amount of games that we had, but it's something to build on. It's something to move on. I keep looking at the full picture of the playoff spot. We're 4 points away. So we have to take this game, grow. It was an environment that is extremely difficult against a very good team that fought a lot. But then I have to be honest with you, the only place in the game that my heart started to beat a little bit more was in injury time. Because when I saw those 7 minutes going up, and then the just being very honest with you, the ghosts of Real Salt Lake and the ghosts of LA Galaxy coming back to your head, and we were getting low. We weren't able to come out, and then it was survival. But one of the talks we had in the 2 days preparing for this game is we have to be a team that in these moments we make the right plays, you know, defending a throw and make the play, fight. If we need to bring everybody back, just make the plays to get you through the game. And I think tonight that's what we did. So did I believe in the win? Yes, absolutely, especially when it was 2-1. Am I happy with the point? I think every team that comes to Seattle and gets a point, it's a positive thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I've put my camera on now for you.
Thank you.
The first half performance, it wasn't a bad performance, and a lot of the metrics you outperformed Seattle in that first half. Again, no goal. If you could just bottle the magic that you seem to generate in the second half for the first half, obviously things would be different, but I know you've worked hard on it and trying to get to the bottom of it. Does it just boil down to a little bit of luck, the kind of taking the chances when they come along?
A little bit of luck, in some moments a little bit of quality, because some of the chances were very big. So I'll just give you 2 examples. The chance of Caio in the first half, the header, you remember that one? And the chance of Daber, these are 2 huge chances, and the percentage of chance to score. So it's a question of the player having the right quality in that moment. And that what we have to do is work, a lot of work during training, a lot of individual work, a lot of belief in those areas. And that's it. You know, I think it comes down to that. Then in the second half, we were able to finish maybe chances that were more difficult. I think the chance of Dajo is a difficult angle to hit it like that on the turf one touch. Then the chance of Cava that he scores is maybe more difficult, more difficult than the clear header of Caio. You know, so sometimes, you know, I hate talking about this in soccer, but the little factor of luck is also important, but it comes with work.
Just last one for me very quickly, because I know there's a few other folk lined up. The important thing now is to build on this point. There's two really big games coming up, Dallas, RSL, two very winnable games. The squad looks a little bit beat up. I know it's right after the game, but I mean, how's things looking? Do you feel comfortable that going into these two games, you're going to have a pretty full squad?
Michael, I'd be concerned if the game is Wednesday, but the game, we're going to have time now to go back home, to rest guys, to do the right things in the recovery and training, and to prepare the game against Dallas with a lot of passion and commitment. What I understand the passion of everybody that likes and loves the Whitecaps to win and get points. But I'll tell you, it's hard to play every game in the opponent's stadiums with their fans. It's harder than maybe you think. And when I say you, it's in general. Okay, it's you feel a push towards them. I just can't wait for football to get back to normality. I just can't wait for that. Right now, it's a part that is difficult for us mentally. And you mentioned the Salt Lake game. Dallas is winnable. Man, in MLS, before this game, everybody probably would think that we would come here and not have the legs or the mentality to play Seattle, right? MLS is like that. Number one against the last one against number one. It's every game. The only thing that matters is the 90 minutes. Then we play in Dallas with their fans, and then we play the most ironical game that we've been playing since COVID. We played Portland home last year in Portland, home in Portland against Portland, and now we're playing Salt Lake home against Salt Lake. So, guys, the mindset of the guys has been really good, and they're trying to push. And again, if you go to the last few games, I repeat, the only game that we were blown away in the game that was played was in Kansas City. All the other games, it was by little things, all little things. So that's what we reviewed in the 2 days leading to this game.
Well, thanks so much, Mark. You proved me wrong tonight, and safe travels, and talk soon.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks for your honesty. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. Josh, go ahead.
Mark, congratulations on the draw tonight. Obviously, you probably won't want the congratulations, but
you know me well. Well done, man. Thanks.
But coming in on a 5-game winless streak to one of the top teams in MLS, leading the tables in a 37, I think I saw 37 degrees temperature in the second half. How important was that for you? Because I know I've talked to you about first half starts before, and the team came out, despite being down 1-0 after 45 minutes, the team came out really strong in the first half and almost dictated play.
Yeah, I agree with you. And there's two things that we addressed in the last 2 days. It's the why of coming out and lacking sometimes of little things to dictate the game. And we also spoke about making big plays in the end of games. those are two things that we spend a lot of time in during the last 2 days. We had honest conversations, we went through things, and I just think that the spirit of the guys to do the little things tactically together today was very good. The mindset was good. I agree with you. We were down at halftime 1-0, but playing a good game. And then in the second half, we just kept everything very calm here. But to be honest with you, we came into this game with a lot of peace and a lot of, it's weird to say it, but we were confident coming into this game, because when we evaluate the last 5 games, we see that it's little things. And that's what brought a lot of frustration to us, is by losing by little things. I think that the important when you go through a difficult start is really to be positive and to analyze the things well, not to listen to external noise outside the locker room, to stick together. And we did that tonight, and we proved that we could be a team that could go anywhere and get points.
Mark, you spoke about little things, and you can kind of see it with the conversation that your players were having on the pitch. They were all the time in conversation. They were talking, they were figuring out where they needed to be, they were figuring out their formation, they were figuring things out, and it was nice to see. So just basically, like, is that what you want to see more of? Do you want to see more of the little things? Because it seemed to address the tactical errors, that one small mistake.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'll give you an example. If our left winger is putting pressure on their right-sided center back, or their right back, the left midfielder or the left central midfielder that is next to him needs to talk with him, needs to be on him. When you're defending as a team, communication is crucial. And I felt today that was a lot there. Guys were very, very committed to get a job done tonight. And that's positive. That's a sign of growth. We have to take this game and grow with it. And we have to take this game and move on to the next one with a lot of belief. What I told the guys before the game is the truth. The truth is that when the ref would whistle the beginning of this game tonight, the 5 games before don't count. It's over. That doesn't help you to win or to lose. The only thing that helps you is what you're going to do in the next 90 minutes. The focus was there. The commitment was there. I believed in the win, but I have to say that at the end, getting a point and leaving here with a point is also positive. What I would say is this is certainly a game that is that reflects what Seattle and Vancouver is all about.
Well, thank you very much for speaking to us, and thanks. Good travels home.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Josh. Sam, go ahead, please.
Yeah, hi, Mark. Apologies for the poor lighting here, but just to build off Josh's question, you guys were able to score a couple goals from open play against a team who hadn't conceded from open play all year. And you go back to the RSL match, I don't think they allowed something obscene like 0.1 expected goals from open play against, a pretty decent RSL team. So what kind of emotional boost is that going to provide, say, at training this week? The fact that you have a couple really good examples of creation from open play against a good defensive team, and how do you look to build on that going into the next couple matches?
Yeah, it's Sam, it's a point that we spoke about. We knew that the only goals they conceded was on set plays and dead balls and penalties. And what we felt is if we are able to switch the play and find Dajo and Daybet in 1v1 situations, a big detail in the game was, if you look at when our fullback stayed a little bit low, and then Smith had to press our fullback, especially on Genio's side, it would create a 1v1 Dajo were the left-sided center back. And our first goal is a play that we spoke a lot about, finding our right-sided midfield to play very quick, to create 1v1s wide. And I think our Dajo and Daber give us width, and then with the inside midfielders and our fullback, we were able to outnumber them in wide areas and switch the play. It allowed us to create chances. So for sure, Sam, that we're gonna go back, look at it. But then there's other little things that we did that I felt we were a little bit pragmatic. If you look at the cross of Dajo in the box for our second goal, he didn't wait that somebody would attack the ball or be in the box or standing in the box. He put the cross behind the center backs, hoping for a deflection, a mistake, something to happen. And I think those are areas of the field that we could be much, much better when we get those balls in those areas, be a little bit more pragmatic how we attack those areas. And I think these are clips that we could take and build on moving forward.
Okay, and then just second quick one from me. You mentioned the ghosts of those past matches a little bit into extra time. Were you overall? It was quite a chaotic extra time period. Lots of chatter on the sidelines. Were you happy with how that extra time period went? You do end up getting a result, but is there still some room for improvement, or just how did you feel?
Yeah,
about that whole sequence?
it's a great point. It's a great point. I've experienced something like that before. I remember back in 2009 when I was with Montreal and we went to Champions League. And if you remember the good histories of soccer of Canada, that game in Santos Laguna, where Montreal concedes 2 goals in injury time. I was back then the assistant coach, and those 2 goals in injury time was a ghost like for 3 months. Every time the ref would show the time, we were, sorry the expression, shitting our pants. And when he showed 7 minutes, it's the only part of the game where my heart started to beat a little bit more, because we were dropping back. A lot of guys were getting cramps and fatigue, and we're making subs, and our team is dropping, and now they're putting crosses in, throw-ins in. And I just told my staff, I said it would have been the most unfair thing that they score again in an injury time. And I wouldn't sleep for a couple of days if that would happen. So, you saw guys clearing balls, you saw guys putting heads to balls, blocking shots. The commitment to make plays in big moments was very, very important tonight.
Great. Well, thanks very much.
And
wait
a
travels.
minute.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. And
Okay.
we were a little bit lucky in that last ball that went across our 6. But the same way Salt Lake was lucky in the throw-in goal that it's the back of the guy's head. He doesn't even know I scored. It's part of the game.
Okay, great. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Mark, appreciate your time tonight. Safe journey back.
Tom, take care, man. Nice seeing you guys. Thank you very much.
Hey, Christian. Good evening to you.
Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good, good, very good.
Good. So everyone, if you want to queue up for questions to Christian, we've got the one and only Seb Pereira here to translate for us. Christian, I'll just get started with just your general thoughts on the match tonight.
Bueno, Cristian, tus pensamientos sobre el partido hoy contra Seattle.
Bueno, fue un partido difícil, ¿no? Contra un equipo grande que juega muy bien al fútbol, que en su casa se hace muy fuerte y bueno, afortunadamente nosotros hoy de verdad mostramos el fútbol que veníamos haciendo, pero por ahí hoy fuimos más fuertes en ataque, atacamos los espacios, tuvimos mucha tenencia al balón que fue importante en el juego y yo creo que eso fue la clave de poder convertir los goles y bueno, al final un empate que igual sirve porque sumamos.
Yeah, it was a difficult game against a strong team. Of course, they play very well, and whenever they're at home, they're a threat. Fortunately for us, we showed some great football, some football we've been working on in training, and I thought we were really strong in attack. We were able to attack their spaces. We had some good possession in good areas, and again, the point is a fair one and one we can take forward and continue building in the race for the playoffs.
Christian, it hasn't been the best couple of games prior to this one. Then you come into Seattle and meet the league leaders. But tonight the effort was very strong. You really dug deep. What were the sources of motivation within the dressing room and on the bench?
Que el equipo no ha tenido muy buenos resultados últimamente en los últimos 5 partidos y entrando el partido de hoy enfrentaban a un gran rival y el rival que va primero en la tabla, en la liga. ¿Cuáles fueron los pensamientos del vestuario antes del partido y cómo se sentían antes del partido?
Bueno, yo creo que el fútbol es así, ¿no? A veces cuando mejor jugás, los resultados no se dan. A veces también jugás mal, los resultados se dan. Hoy jugamos bien, afortunadamente el resultado se dio un poco a favor. Por ahí merecimos un poco más de lo que se vio en la cancha, pero contento. Pienso que es un avance. Han sido 5 partidos difíciles que veníamos perdiendo y que los resultados no se nos daban, que por ahí, por errores de nosotros mismos, al final nos costaba, pero pienso que este grupo ahora está muy fuerte y el empatar hoy hace que cada día entendamos más la idea que el profe quiere y esperemos poder sumar de aquí en adelante.
Yeah, I think football is like that. Sometimes football can be pretty unfair. The best games that you play in, sometimes you lose them, and then once you don't play as well, you oftentimes win. But today that wasn't the case. Today we played some really good football, and we're happy. It's a step forward. It's been 5 tough games for us, 5 games that we've been losing, and we made some difficult mistakes in those games, but we went back to training to fix those. And like I said, today with the result, it's a huge step forward and something we can continue building on in training to continue playing the way Mark wants us to play and continue putting points on the board.
Great, thank you. Josh, go ahead, please.
Hi, Christian. Down 1-0 after the first half. What was the message from Mark Dos Santos in the locker room at halftime?
Que ¿Cuál fue el mensaje de Mark al medio tiempo después de haber entrado al medio tiempo perdiendo 1-0?
No, principalmente nos dio tranquilidad, ¿no? La verdad que hicimos un primer tiempo excelente, por decirlo así, porque tuvimos siempre el balón, creamos opciones, pero por ahí no fuimos muy efectivos. Y lo único que hizo fue darnos tranquilidad y que siguiéramos con la misma intensidad, con la misma tenencia de balón que los goles iban a llegar. Entonces, yo creo que, bueno, palabras de tranquilidad en ese momento son muy importantes y al final yo creo que se vio reflejado.
Yeah, he told us basically to stay calm. Just told us to stay calm, to keep playing the way we were playing. We played a very good first half. We had the ball a lot. We just didn't create enough. But he told us to continue playing with the same intensity and that we'd find some openings in their defense. And luckily, we were able to find some goals in the second half.
Thank you very much, Christian.
You're welcome.
Gracias, Christian.
De nada. Gracias.
Gracias, amigo. Felicitaciones con el gol y la asistencia.
Gracias, amigo. Un abrazo.
Bueno, un abrazo. Cuídese.
Gracias.
Hot up here too.
I know you're loving that.
So we got a good room here, so let's get started. Michael McCall, go ahead, please.
Hey Cava, I'm not loving the heat. It's not good for my pale Scottish body. But I just want to ask you, like, going into this game, I'm pretty sure you would have like taken a point. Are you happy to stop the losing streak by getting the point, or do you feel the game was there for the taking in all three?
I mean, in a moment like this that we were going through, I think coming to Seattle to try and like take away that bad streak we had, who would have knew that we would have got a result like this? You know, honestly, I wanted to win the game, of course. Maybe we should have deserved to win, but I'm still happy with the draw because I'm happy with the attitude of the boys today. It's not easy coming to Seattle. I mean, you can feel the heat in the stadium today. The fans, we were playing against everything, the refs, and we still managed to come with a result like that. For me, it's gold for us. And I mean, we still have a lot in front of us, and there's still a lot of games going forward. So here we set the tone, and we just have to get out of that like bad streak we were going through.
What was going through your mind when the board went up and said 7 minutes? Mark kind of talked a little bit about it. Did you have all flashbacks to the last couple of games?
No, honestly, I was waiting. I was cramping up bad, but you know, I was like, oh, 7 minutes, shit. We have to run. We have to work. I mean, I was working my butt off, and I mean, obviously they were attacking, Seattle attacking. Oof, they create a lot of chances, but honestly, I was hoping for one ball just to get like a rebound or we intercept the ball. And I was looking at the goalie; he was all the way up, and I just wanted to take a shot from half, but never got the chance to. And I mean, luckily we ended the game 2-2. But I mean, that was a good 7 minutes to try and get a last-minute goal, but unfortunately, not the case this time.
Yeah. Let's talk about your goal then. It seemed to hit off about 5 different body parts as it went in, and I was surprised it wasn't called back with VAR. But were you surprised?
Did it hit my hand?
Yeah, it looked like it may. It looked like it may have.
This is in memory of Maradona. Then 35 years.
Hey, I'll take that. It was against England, so that's fine. Last thing from me then. What does this do to the group mentally? You've got 2 big games coming up, Dallas, RSL. They're 2 very winnable games. Obviously, RSL's a weird one because you're the home team against a home team. But how do you feel the group's going to approach this week in training? It must be setting you up on a high. You must feel you're going to be able to get things done now before the next break.
Yeah, I mean, now we have a full week to prepare well for the next game. I mean, the vibe in the dressing room today is good. I see the players are just relieved. I mean, the performance of the team was incredible today. Showed a lot of character and attitude, and trying to get that identity back, as I said previously this week. And I mean, we just gotta, fly back to Salt Lake, rest a bit, enjoy the day with our families, and start going back to work on Monday and worry about Dallas.
That's great. Cheers, Kava.
Cheers.
Thanks, Michael. Josh, go ahead, please.
I like as you touched on it quickly, but just what was the overall mood in the locker room after the match? Just a sense of satisfaction, a sense of, okay, yeah, big match. We got 1 point in Seattle in 37-degree weather. It's just, if you could just talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, playing against Seattle, the best team in the league right now, haven't lost a game at all this season. I mean, it's great to come with a point like this, and especially from coming off a bad streak, as I said. So it kind of just changes the mood in the dressing room, and start to get the guys fired up again, and keep working from here, keep growing. And as I said, we still have a lot of games left ahead, and I mean, anything could happen.
Well, safe travels home, and hopefully it's a lot cooler in Salt Lake than it is where you are in Seattle and where we are in Vancouver.
No, I don't think so. All right, thank you.
Have a great gritty performance, a lot of character tonight. Congratulations on a great performance, and enjoy your day tomorrow.
Thank you.
Take
Hopefully
care.
we're back in Vancouver soon.
Yeah, exactly.